lizard, 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 lizard.
Tick-tock, 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 Dano!
Tire Dragon needs nap, just raided with 2 viewers.
Lizard, 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 lizard. Lizard, 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 lizard. Lizard, 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 lizard. Lizard, 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 lizard. Lizard, lizard, lizard.
You better be prepared for the jump into hyperspace. It's unpleasantly like being drunk.
Well, what's unpleasant about being drunk?
You ask a glass of water.
Your balls are itching. You have to keep the gun on me, but dear God, it's like spiders are crawling all over them. Jesus.
5 to 1 against and falling. 4 to 1 against and falling. 3 to 1. 2. 1. Probability factor of 1 to 1. We have normality. I repeat, we have normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem. Five to 1 against and falling. 4 to 1 against and falling. 3 to 1.
We need to get a special sound for the screen. Like, screen! Because I've done it like 4 times.
Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
Well, you're hearing them, but the problem is I'm not. I'm not hearing anything that goes through blurb. Most of the startling ones I hear. The Hitchhiker's Guide ones I'm not hearing at all. I'm not hearing my lizard. I got that. Thanks, Sammy. Yep, there's the proof. I can hear those ones. Hey, Dragon, thank you so much for the raid. I saw it there, and it takes voice to do that. Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome, raiders. I am Magic Thighs. I'm a Warframe creator, and my desk is an absolute disaster tonight. I am actually doing two different cosplay on two different work on two different cosplays. 3 technically. Yeah, I didn't hear the lizard. I see the alert there, and I don't hear it at all. So I'm just kind of clearing off a few things off the desk. Toss them to the side here because I will need them. First off, though, I need this hot glue gun warmed up. Get it warmed up. And that can go over there. Let's see. I don't need the pliers. I am going to need those lights, though. Okay, so lots been going on. I am not going to be able to get my costume as fully done as I wanted to. So I have given up on that. I'm just going to put the original lights back in and let it do its job. Do its job that way. The more important thing is getting the fit, the straps redone. And I also need to work on my granddaughter's cosplay. I need to get these finished. And her boots, the boot covers that I'm doing. So that's what we're going to start with. We are not probably going to go into Warframe. I know, what a weird thing. It's a drop Wednesday, and I'm not going to be playing Warframe. It is crunch time. And that hurt. Okay, let me just change the screen here to the desktop. Not the desktop, the worktop. There we go. And I need light in here. Where goes the right one? Is it that one? It's that one. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that. Come on, warm up. Give me some actual light there. Okay, so I was also working on these. I got them together. They are the wrong color. This is just the primer. That's all that is. It's just primer there. And it needs to be painted with the right color. I do have still some spray of that left. Hopefully it's good. And, okay, let me just get this out of the way here. Because that is a mess. And I'm wearing entirely the wrong pants to do what I'm about to do. So I need something to protect that. I'm not wearing my jeans tonight. At least it seems a few work. Well, yeah, the big ones work. The blurb ones, I've only got a few blurb, I think. But none of them are coming through. Sound alerts. One of the sound alerts one isn't coming through. I don't know why. I honestly don't. For some reason, something has changed. And I don't know what it is. All right, so we have to cover this. So it looks like this. That is one of the boots. One of the boot covers that we're working on. Just like that. Just works seam down the middle there, and it's just covered in a fabric. No paint, no mess, no fuss. Just hot glue. That should be warmed up enough. Close. Hey Shem, how are you? So many friendly faces in tonight. Oh, I have something to show you. Let me see. I'll put that there, and I will zoom in here. Mrs. Thighs has given me a ring. She put a ring on it. She also put that one on. That one's cool. But that one I love. That one's just absolutely beautiful. I love it. Hey, Cyber, how you doing? Pissed off at DE? Why? Why? There's so much better things to be pissed off at. I mean, I know they updates always have problems. Updates always come with adjustments to the game, and people do get upset with any adjustment. Some people will be. I understand that. But there is a balance to it all that needs to be maintained, or the game, which is already a power fantasy, becomes too much. It can get boring, and we don't want that. You're hated by Amir and neutral with Arthur? What? The Kim chat bug. Yeah, I have heard a lot about that today. Okay, we don't need that. We can zoom out on that too. There we go. Okay, so, hey Nerys. That goes there. Fabric for it. Where'd I put it? Right over here. So lots of fabric. Got one community that's already moving off Discord. Yep. It is a tragedy. I would suggest, rather than just abandon everything, if you have Nitro, cancel your subscription. Make it hurt them where they listen. You hit them in their pants. Their wallet. No word about reset. I don't know. Did they actually reset it? Because that I haven't heard anything about. Okay, I am getting hot glue every... Good morning. Morning? Are you just waking up? You are, aren't you? I have news for you, my love. I'm going to need your details. Mom's going to try and book it for you in your name, but there are some details that I do need to get from you. And there is the matter of the payment. Apparently they need it up front. So whatever days, I'm going to need to know what days, and then we can figure out how to manage the payment for that. Okay. First thing first, we just put a little strip of hot glue all the way down here quickly. This is a task that must be done fast. Okay. What's that? Gander beta invite. What? Gander. I haven't heard anything here. Been saving up. Excellent. Yeah, that ID thing has me very concerned. What are they doing with everybody's ID? Do you actually think that they're going to delete it? I don't. I sure don't. Once they verify it, why do they need to verify your identity? And mine doesn't match. Yet. All my IDs are kind of in flux at the moment. I need more of this. I hate getting these things started, you know? But I just kind of on that. It's a trick that I wanted to try, see if this actually works. Doubt it. It's not going to work. Nope, doesn't work. Oh well. How do you know? Yeah, because they're talking. Yep. Yeah, I agree. That is very much the truth. Okay, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just quickly applying hot glue to this along the edges. This is the back. Nothing else is going to be stuck to the back, so I don't need to worry about that. You believe it on D-Day? Yep. There's an option. Yeah, the problem is the option is you'll be defaulted to a teen account, which means my server will go bye-bye. Everybody in it will either have to do the same thing with their own servers or anything. I don't want to give them my ID. That's very intrusive. Everybody defaulted to I wouldn't even be allowed into my own server. That's the problem that they do that. Question. What Philip K. Dick was so paranoid? Yeah. What about the children? The children aren't allowed in this, and honestly, when I think everybody's been doing a pretty good job of it, at least in the servers that I frequent, as soon as somebody indicates that they might be underage, they are banned. They are kicked, given time, and that's it. Don't want under it. My granddaughter is on Discord, and she is under 18, and she is not in the server. She won't be until she is above age, or of age, to be there. I know who she is, and she is blocked. Okay, and we drape this over. What a mess. All right, Kuro, enjoy your lurk. If it's ever about the children, it's a bad... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This is not to protect the children. This is something else entirely. Okay. I got glue where I didn't want it. Okay, now we do my axolotl. I was wondering where that little guy went. Okay, here we go. Age model should be like Newgrounds. If you used a credit card, yeah. That should be it. If your account, allow the context. If your account somehow gets flagged as a teen, straight up and going to harass them until Discord bans me themselves. Oh my. Okay, over to this side. The fun part comes after this piece is done. I get to put the speaker face on. Striking Scorpion Exarch from Warhammer. What? Question of the day. Ah, okay. I don't know what that is. Total of 200. Oh my goodness. Okay, sea source. I need the good ones. Just got to cut the corners like that. And then over here. Okay, and up here. There we go. So if these boots are speaker boxes and they're black, and the speaker grill is going to be black as well, how's that going to be seen? Two things. Speaker grill will be raised and a different texture. As it is, you'll let people know where you're going if you have to nuke Discord into oblivion. Yeah, where do you host it all? Yeah, that's difficult. And maintaining a community on Twitch and the like is difficult to do without a central place for everybody to come to. And not everybody who's in chat is in the Discord. Welcome to join, but you don't have to. There's some added bonus to it. It's an easy place to get to so that we can all share activities. If we get on stream and we're in squad, it's easy to talk. Again, though, it's a problem of this company has a monopoly, so now, guess what they're going to do? They're going to become evil. You'll share in a minute? Okay. Okay, this side now, I'm going to need more glue. I am rapidly running out of. Good thing I have another 3-pound bag of this stuff. And this stuff is light. cheap dollar store hot glue gun works well, but it doesn't have a good feeder. Keep the pressure up. Oh no, this isn't the dollar store one. This is the one I got at Michael's. Considering moving to Rocket Chat? Let me know. I have not looked at other platforms. Ouch. Okay, there we go. Good thing that's going to be covered. Okay, next step is we put the fabric on these pieces. These little guys. And this is the fabric. Ribbed for your pleasure. So let's get this clipped back. Speaking of Monopoly, Bell Canada's your region footprint. Start giving out your deets. Bell Canada, I don't work with Bell Canada. I will not work with Bell. Bell, a number of years ago, they changed their mail system, and at the time I had a BlackBerry. The problem was they no longer supported BlackBerry, but they demanded that you still pay for it. You had to pay separate for email, and they billed you for email, but they would not provide it to you under any way, shape, or form because they no longer supported it for BlackBerry. So which side is which? I can't tell. I can't tell what side this is. That's the side I want up. Okay, that's the side I want up, so I glue on this side. Okay, there we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to lay these down, lay this out flat like that, and then we're going to just glue it right off the bat. Watch your fingers. Don't need another burn that takes 3 weeks to heal. You miss your pearl? Yeah, that's the BlackBerry that I had. I had the BlackBerry Pearl. It was a nice little phone. Didn't do what we have our phones do now, but that was like 15, 20 years ago. Oh my God, I'm old. Okay, there's that one. We'll set that aside for now. So in the works now, Mrs. Thies and I have submitted my name change. That might take a little bit of time, but it is now officially in the works. I am excited. You had overdrive, music player, camera. I don't know all that. Back then, I was not that technically savvy. Okay. Pearl died. Okay. Yeah. I'm old. I am officially old. My first phone was the Motorola, that brick of a flip phone. That's even older. Yes, thank you. Completely submitted. The hoops I have to jump through because it has to go through Ontario as well. Because I was born in Ontario. So my birth certificate and all those records are there. All right, and this one. And you sent a link in DM. Okay, I will take a look at that. You know what, I'm going to use this to hold the next one in place. There we go. And really? That's enough. That'll do. That'll do nicely, sir. Can anybody tell me what ad that's from? Apparently Rocket Chat is what the BC government... Really? Interesting. Very interesting. Question is, does it have like full server capabilities like we have with Discord? I have never heard of Rocket Chat. I hate crunch time. Leaving things down to the very wire. When I know I could have had it done faster or sooner, had I just actually sat down and started the work. Okay. And an ad break already? We're already a half hour in? Good Lord. Thought I put glue in. That is too much light there. Sorry about that. It's probably pretty blinding. built and intended for commercial applications. Not exactly a social network then. But for artists, that might be good. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Okay, so this Saturday is, well, this weekend actually is Vancouver FanEx. I will be attending on Saturday. If anybody is going, and you're going to go on Saturday, look for my rabbit. I will be wearing my rabbit cosplay. My white rabbit. I will likely be accompanied by the Red Hood. Really, we have the ad going already now. Great. Okay, so that's small, small. I need a big. No, that's a big, big. And now I need a small, small. Okay. Big and small. Clip off the corners. Okay. Good. Okay. And welcome back from that ad. Thank you for sticking around. Why is that not heating? Okay. Okay, now the question is it big on the top or big on the bottom? I need to look at my reference, which is on the other PC. Let's see. Give me a moment. That was history. Not showing up. Let me see what's on this side here. You can't see what I'm doing. I'll just switch to this. Let's see. I am looking for, it's in downloads, I think. There she is. Small's on the bottom. Okay. The small speaker is on the bottom. And what's that? Looking to be an option. Can't find any better. Okay. I will look into that too. So this piece now. Back to this one. And the front is here. So small goes on the bottom. Big goes on the top. That is the back. I need the front. Okay. So I need to mark a center line. How am I going to do that? I'm just going to have to eyeball it, I think. Okay, so let's trim off some of the extra. All right, Cyber, have a good night. Sleep well. Okay. Here we go. If it's worth gluing, it's worth over gluing. Need more glue. And you gotta go fast. Of course. Good enough there. Okay, I saw chat move forward there, but I gotta see what I'm doing. So that there goes like that to that. See, that looks pretty good. Your other platform you look at is, I'm assuming that says ass. I'll say it. Ass. It looks like ass. With a decentralized system, that would actually be good. Distracted there? That's all right. Distractions are fine. Oh, come on. Glue, glue, lots and lots of glue. That was a whole glue stick to stick that on. That's hot. Of course it's hot. It's hot glue. I made a boo-boo. I overglued it too much. Too much overglue. Then the big one goes on top. There. Different clients for Matrix, depending on how you want to use it. Okay. Oops. See, what I'm concerned with is doxing. With all that information, they don't need all this information at Discord. They don't need your facial rec data. Where's that going to be stored? Are they going to delete it? Absolutely not. That's money. And what they're doing is they're getting an actual name and address to go with that facial rec data. They don't need it. That is, in my opinion, stepping too far. Okay, so lots of glue there to start with. We'll just do one side at a time. I should just pull out a whole bunch of these. There. Need ammo. Trying to find where you can get answers about the Kim chat screw up and not have some white knight leap down your throat for legitimate. Yeah, I would honestly, I would wait on that. There will be some people who will actually have some good info once they've had a chance to examine it, see what the issues are. And maybe members of the community, some of them might have some good ideas. But that's going to take some time, I think, for people to work through it and figure it all out. How long has this bug existed? That's what I'm curious about. So how far back does it go? More glue needed. This is random. Standing desk. Yes, I have lots of experience with standing desks. I use one at work. I have one here that I have yet to set up for myself. I acquired it from the old warehouse. And I personally love it. Your desk shopping. Okay. They are very expensive. I can tell you that. For the good ones, they are incredibly expensive. I discovered that when I looked up the one that I have. I got it for free, but I happened to look up how much it is, and it retails for $1,700 Canadian. A desk, $1,700. I was shocked. But it's one of the big, it's 6 foot on each arm. It's an L-shaped desk, so the back of each L is 6 feet. So it would fill this corner of this room. I'm going to be putting it in that room when I build my new studio. It's a much bigger room over there. I'll have the printers on display. You'll be able to see everything. Be a lot better. Okay, so there's one boot cover. This goes over top of her Uggs, or what's remaining of her Uggs. Yeah, IKEA has one for a couple $100, I think. It doesn't look bad. The one that I have is capable of lifting 600 pounds. So I could actually put almost all of my gear and sit on it and raise it up. Which would be absolutely amazing to be able to do that. Yeah, there's adjustable hardware, there's pneumatic ones, there's all sorts of different ones. There's a mechanical lever action one that you can get. So yeah, there's all sorts. I mean, the $200, $300, $300 ones that I saw at IKEA, they were electric. They were motorized. Something huge you've learned for office furniture shopping is look for secondhand. Yes, absolutely. And they are getting rid of it all the time. Believe me, that's what keeps me in business. I work for an office furniture manufacturer. And we have a lot that is our clientele, our retailers, but they are redoing buildings all the time. And they take out the old stuff and they just trash it. Some will resell it. A lot is just just trashed. Offices, particularly law offices, are updating all the time. They want a good image. So the most recent, most expensive, whatever. Looking forward to Saturday? So am I. Oh my goodness, I am just hyped. And then there's Monday. Monday here is a holiday. And Mrs. Thies and I have reservations at a restaurant. This will be the first time that she and I have actually gone out to a restaurant in several years. Her handicap has been just awful. But we've had a few outings lately. And she wants to do this, and it's a great idea. It's a holiday south of the border too? Cool. I didn't know that. You get it off, but your wife has to work. That's miserable. That is miserable. That's like some of the holidays that I have. Mrs. Thies has worked in government job for most of her adult life, and they have some holidays that I don't, and others where I get it, she doesn't, because it hasn't been negotiated into her union contract. Even though it's a statutory holiday, government statutory holiday, the government workers don't take it off yet because it's not in their contract. That's ridiculous. Let's play a game called Is the Mouse in Your Room or Did... Oh boy, that one. Yeah, I know that game. I don't see them, but I can hear them running around in the ceiling. I am afraid that when I do redo this basement, I am going to be just... I'm going to need a Tyvek suit and a respirator when I do this. Okay, this one now. It's small one on bottom. I did the big one first. Oh, I can't pronounce... Tap. Wow. Dragon, I can't pronounce that, and thanks, Nerese. I just left my skin at that. That was awful. Oops. Come on. There we go. Then there. Good. Never had mice before? Yeah. It's awful. It is just awful having mice. These mice are not pets. Just got the Logitech. Yeah. Yeah, I have small furry ones. There's me, of course, and my Logitech mice. I have two Logitech mice here. One's connected to my laptop, the other's connected to my PC.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, Dano!
Viceroy Sin just raided with 41
Hot.
viewers.
Very hot. Come on, register that. There we go. That's fine. Hey, King. Mises, don't like them. Don't like the Mises. Just me. I like this mouse. Mies. Alright. And one more. One more glue stick. Rumi and you think mice found their way in during the ultra cold snap? Yep. That's all it takes. And do you know where one of the places that they can come through I discovered? Your toilet. They get down into the sewer system and they will swim up the toilet drain and then climb out. Cinder, to answer my question, wife and I are going to FanExpo on Sunday. Oh, on Saturday. Yes. Sorry. I didn't even see Cinder in. I didn't get that alert. I'm not getting that alert. My goodness, Cinder, how are you? Welcome in, Raiders. I am not getting alerts right now. I don't know what the problem is. A lot of alerts are just not coming through. And I do apologize, but I am working on my granddaughter's cosplay for Saturday. And then I'm going to be working on my own as soon as I get this part done. I'm reprising my White Rabbit Nova. Now recolored. Okay, now that one there is that. Okay, so start with this. And there's a lot that's gone through. Okay. There are a lot of people that I'm hoping to see. Now, if you're in the maker community, 3D printing and such, person who is going to be going with me is Maker Millwright from the Free Heathen, his Twitch channel. Is there a mod in chat? We could get a shout out for the Free Heathen. Let me see if I can do it here. Give me a sec. I think that's it. That should work. There we go. Okay. And I am going to also not be remiss. Cinder needs a shout out too. cannot be remiss if you're not already following Cinder, but I think most people in my chat are following Cinder as well. But anyway, if you're not, give her a follow. Fantastic Warframe creator, does a lot of fashion, hosts fashion shows, which is just amazing. Okay. That is all the glue I have there. Look at this. So I am planning, if you are arriving at the venue on Saturday at around 10:30, I will be around that area at the very entrance at about 10:30. I'm meeting up with my granddaughter and her uncle at that time. And then we're going to be going through, getting in. After the wife is working down in Federal Way. Ew. She's got to work too the whole weekend. That's awful. That is just awful. So, will you be in cosplay at all? Oh, after that. After that. Okay. Okay. Well, at least you got some time. No cosplay for us? I saw last year. This was actually pretty wild. Last year, I happened to be taking a break upstairs in the lobby, and as I'm sitting there, I have my helmet off and just getting a breather, and then the entire 501st walk by, followed by every Jedi, followed by every rebel, just as, and then every Mandalorian following them. Everyone, they all just did this grand march around the entire venue. It's great to see. Oh, you are so welcome, Cinder. It's true. Everything I said is true. Okay, next one is there. It's about an inch difference, a little bit less than an inch. There we go. Took the week off for your birthdays. Excellent. Happy birthday, by the way. You both have birthdays in the same week. That's cool. Not too many couples I know have that as a bonus. And we have an ad break. I will thank everybody for sticking around when they come back. Or I'll thank you now, because you're still here. I do appreciate it. The ads do help to pay for what I do here. They actually keep me in filament and other materials and even hardware. The camera, actually both cameras, that one and this one, were both bought by the revenue that I get from Twitch. Hers is Monday, yours, well, happy birthday. I'd sing, but right now I don't, my voice is kind of raspy. Honestly, I wouldn't sing. Unless I'm in a choir or alone, I don't sing. Or on a stage at karaoke night or something. And I've worked up the courage. Not enough glue in that. go. What's my opinion on the intersection of dimensions of reality within the depths of profound layers of imagination that would carry any human mind far into the depths of lucid dreams that might intersect with the intangible reality? Well, the answer to that is simply 42. I'm not sure I even understood the question. I honestly don't think I understood the question. But welcome in. How you doing? No, I didn't realize that today is the 42nd day of the year. That's hilarious. I hadn't realized. That is absolutely hilarious. That means you are. Now, on your 42nd birthday, I would suggest a bring your own towel birthday party. I had that. We did that for my birthday when I turned 42. Now I need Velcro. I have fresh Velcro. And I need both halves. So we're going to take the Velcro and we're going to small hooks. If you ever get, okay. So I want 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So that, did I get that correct? I did not. Oh well. Okay, well, we do it the hard way. Cut the edges. That fits. Anyway, we did that for my 42nd. It was a great day. It was fun. I put that on the wrong side. Jesus. It goes on this side. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Bring your own towel. Well, a towel is simply the most useful thing in the universe for any hitchhiker worth their salt. Well, hang on a second. I think I have the quote in the things here. I can see if I can play it for you. Let me see. Anyway, hitchhikers carry a towel, and that is to protect themselves, to dry off, to wrap around their head so that they can't see the ravenous bug bladder beast of trawl, which is such an animal so amazingly stupid that it thinks that if you can't see it, it can't see you. Some people will modify it with foodstuffs on the corners in order as a survival tool. Any galactic hitchhiker will absolutely know where their towel is. You had a don't panic cake for your birthday about 20 years ago? That's hilarious. I love it. Oh, you do remember that on my Be Right Back screen here, I'll just flash it up for a second. There we go, of course. And you do know, of course, that my name comes from the guide. My name is actually taken from the guide. I am Magic Thighs. And I demand that I am Vroomfundle. That's all right. You don't need to demand that. Anyway, I am Magic Thighs. And what we are, we represent the amalgamated union of philosophers, sages, luminaries, and other professional thinking persons. And we want that machine off, and we want it off now. Okay, that'll do right there. Perfect. And we'll just duplicate this a few times. I think I need to stop and get more Velcro tomorrow. So that is 4. Because I need to do my straps. I got 4 straps that I need to build. Oops. Oh, don't get the pants in. Okay, I have one thing that I'm just thinking of. Ladies in chat, public service announcement. If you are looking for the most comfortable pants that look great, Halara. Oh my goodness. I got myself 3 pair of Halara, and they are amazing. Absolutely amazing pants. All right, I need to cut this one back just a bit. That's actually pretty good. Go as in the late Dent, Arthur Dent. You must come now, or you will be late. Late? What for? Late, as in the late Dent, Arthur Dent. It's a kind of threat, you see. I'm not terribly good with them, but you get the idea. Look, there, in the distance. My God, the Earth. The Earth Mark II, in fact. We're making a copy from our original blueprints. Wife asked you to watch it. Okay, you go enjoy. Spend some time with your wife. Very important. Look at that. I can put this together with my face. That is very hot. Very, 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 very hot. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Love that. Go. got one more to go. And that goes right against that. Okay. That needs to be glued down a little bit more in there. I got overglued. All right, have a great night. Get some sleep. Don't stay up too late. This is awfully late for you. It's 9:15 already. I did not get everything done that I wanted to get done tonight. This is just crazy. Okay. One last one here. So that goes there. We'll get this glued up. Lots and lots of glue on these. This is not my usual way of doing things. This is a hurried job. I put it off way too long. I don't have the time to do the sewing and make sure that it's all exactly cut and backed. So it's not my best kind of work. But it is functional. And it will do the job. This sort of thing I actually like to have zippers for instead of Velcro. Tried the Velcro the first Warframe cosplay that I did. It worked, but it's not as good. Okay, one boot cover. Needs to be cleaned up, but that is good. That's going to do really good, I think. Okay. Needs a bit of shaping. Oh, that's good. Function is pretty important. Yeah, it's going to work. It's not going to be as pretty as I wanted it to be. And I'll show you what I mean by things like that with zippers instead. That is the right arm. Okay, so I have lost a lot of weight. So bear in mind, I can now slip my hand in this without a problem because this used to be fitted tightly to my forearms. It's really gappy, but that now the zipper is there, and that allows me to get it on and off much easier, although on the forearm it takes somebody else to do it for me. I cannot do it up myself, but that works like that. So the zipper there just makes it easier. It looks neater, it's cleaner, and it does the job. But that would take me hours to do. Much longer than what this just took me to do. Velcro strips. I did Velcro on my first one, and it was okay, it functioned, but it wasn't what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to do this way instead. So that there. Okay. I'm going to take this here, hold this down like that, trim this, like that, dose of the vinyl glue. If you didn't know, hot glue is actually just straight vinyl. It's a thermal Thermopolymer vinyl. By the way, Viking, I love your name. Absolutely love your name. I take it you're a cyclist? I used to do a lot of cycling. I used to commute on my bike 50 kilometers a day. I used to be an endurance cyclist. I loved it. It was my escape from reality. Mechanic and coach. Nice. I just rode. Okay, that goes right there. Yoey! Okay, there we go. You raced for a while. I didn't race mountain bikes, but I used to do. I used to ride downhill just for fun. I mean, living in BC on the coast, there's a lot of good downhill trails that are just, they're absolutely spectacular. On the North Shore in particular. So that's where all the ski hills are. And the trails are nicely groomed, very well kept. And they're just fantastic for downhill. But most of the time, I was just on the road. Is the only discipline you podlumed in? Really? Ow! Owie, 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 owie. That hurt. That was too hot. Very, very, very much too hot. Okay, cuticle pusher. Scrape some of that off. And no, I do not do my nails with these tools. These tools are just straight. Yeah, I know. I know I need them. I have some of the weirdest tools here. Some of the things that I find that people find the weirdest kind of tools to use for this kind of work. But when it comes down to it, anything that works, that's what it is. That's what you need. If it does the job, that's the right tool for it. If it does the job better than anything else, that is the best tool for it. You have to find a new dry cleaner. Oh. You'll be taking the suit. You're meaning taking a suit for TennoCon? Because I have some absolutely amazing dresses. I can't decide what to take. And we're still months out. that there. This one here, up there. That's good. That's all we need. After having a lung removed, dude. Benefit to your team was as a mechanic. That is rough. That is a level of rough I have never, ever considered. That is just, oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Hot. Not, now I burnt myself again. Yeah, Mila, I am burning myself regularly tonight. Okay. Wee bit more. And overload this with more glue. There we go. And unlurk. Well, welcome back, Shem. Yowie. Get under there. Right there. Perfect. That's the spot I want you in. Amernix, how are you? I am doing very well. I am behind, terribly. Very behind. And I am not, you can tell, it is a Warframe drop night, and I'm not touching Warframe tonight. I have too much here that needs to be done. This is just simply cosplay for my granddaughter, and then I got to work on cosplay for myself after this. That's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to finish my daughter's stuff. This is her boots, and I did these correctly. Good. These are her boot covers. These go over the fronts of her boots. So that will do the job there. So those are done. I can leave them alone for now. Now I need to do this. This I have. Oh, I should actually. That doesn't fit. That does not fit in there. And I did intend it to be this material. So there is that. So I will just get this into there. Thanks for giving Amernix the shout out there, Shem. I really appreciate that. I get lax. I know it's hard sometimes. When you're working on this sort of thing, it's like concentrate. Okay. I'm actually pinching it down. So I can then take this crazy glue, drop it in there. Enough of it. That was a lot, actually. And then just shove it in. You just take it and you shove it in the hole. Just like that. Now, what I'm going to do is figure out where I'm going to have to do these on her wrists. Really? Colleen, what the hell? Okay, I haven't thought this out. Okay, do this. Hook goes on the outside of strap. Need square of hook. Like that. Square of hook, go there. Get it lined up, go in the right direction, square of hook go there. Oops, way too much. Here in front of the children. Yep. Just think of the children. Okay, so that's done, and the easiest thing to do is just clip this with a gap space. The reason why the gap space is there is to protect her wrist a little bit better. And then we can clip this off once it completely hardens. I go clippy and that one's hard. There we go. There. And then the Velcro pile goes on the inside there, but I don't know exactly where it needs to go. So I am going to do that the day of, with her there. So there's that one done for now. As much. Oh, hell. I'm just going to do the Velcro. And hope for the best. I probably shouldn't. Seriously, I really shouldn't. I should just leave that and we'll glue it in place the day of. Okay. All right, next bit. I don't have the strap made for the other one. I need the magnets done for the other, so I need to make the clip. Let's see. So on the board, okay, boots. Boot tops are done. That whole section can be erased on the board. Oops. Boot tops done. Hairpin I haven't done. Shard anchors I'm not going to be doing any further, but I need to. Also skipping the wiring harness. The security pins. Okay, let's do what I need to do on the back of my frame. Okay, what's happening there? Desk is like your mind and mood this week. Okay, this desk is an absolute disaster. That's not a good state of mind. Okay, so I am unable to get the spend the time to finish this completely. So what I'm going to do, take this piece off and stick it to that. And then this I'm going to just kind of hot glue support it in place. So that turns on like that. And that's going to be hot glued in place. I need a lot of hot glue for this. Just like that, and then we just kind of go bloop. Like that. As long as it stays on, that's all I care about. Because that will then go over top. Should mark the tops. Right there. Okay, so let's see if that is not cooled off enough yet, because I use so much of it. I could have done that. Well, what do you know? I still can. I'll just grab my knife. Where's my knife? There it is. Okay. I'm going to cut a little bit of foam to stabilize this. Piece there. Stick that under here. That, and then the other side will do the same thing. Take those pieces off there, don't need them. And that can go in there. That will just help to stabilize it. And then I can turn it on. Just like that, and then the shard goes over top. And that's what you get. One glowing shard. The hot glue can be removed at a later time. So we'll just turn this off now after that demo. Okay. Put this in place, and then the safety pin, that just holds it in place just as a retaining pin. That just sits crossways inside it, and it can't fall off. In fact, I can lift it up by it. And we pull out this pin. Pull that one off, save that piece for later. This will be completely rewired. All of the lights will turn on instead of just be reflective. This here, we need some extra pieces. That there, and that there. So there, and oh man, I've got a song running through my head, and it's just gonna drive me nuts. It's been there since early this morning. That one. The excellent, oh, the ad attack has stopped. Thought you said an excellent ad attack has stopped. When is an ad attack excellent? Okay, I don't think you can see what I'm doing when I'm not working in the camera. Okay, there we go. Yochi! Hot. Still hot. There we go. That'll do. That will do nicely, sir. Okay. Yet. That is actually cool enough I can turn it on. Okay, this one is not yet, so we're just going to carefully turn it on. Just like that. Turn that one on, pop that in place, take this one, pop that in place, and that's what they look like. I do like those. That's just amazing. All right. Shiny, yes. How you doing, Sarah? Oh my goodness. Now, I don't know. Are you on? Oh, that's why it's not lining up. Okay. Are you on Twitch? Do you actually stream your work at all? Because everybody, if you're not already following or know who Sarah is, you need to follow them. One of the newest creators in the creator program. That is just, that's good. That is for my Nova. I'm reprising my Nova again this weekend. She's going to FanExpo with me, along with my granddaughter. Now I have my back as well. Oh, I thought you were. I thought you were in a creator program. I could have sworn I saw you on the list. And you do stream twice a week. Well, we need to give you a shout out. Absolutely must give you a shout out. I have not followed your work on stream. Oops. There we go. Now let's just solve that for me too. Oh really? Okay. I have an alternate. Well, I think you should be a member of the program. And I know you can't see me over here because my computer's way over here. So I am going to... Come on, where are we here? Where'd my mouse go? Drifted across screens. Okay. You are very welcome. It turns out I'm already following you. Didn't give me a follow option, and the heart was full. Already been following you. My goodness. What times do you stream? I need to know what times you actually stream. And we are being rated. I'm Yvette. Welcome in, Raiders. I am Magic Thighs, as I'm sure she's probably told you. I'm a Warframe creator, and today is not a Warframe day. Today is actually just working on cosplays, getting them ready. I was working on a Warframe cosplay. This is actually part of my Warframe cosplay right here. Been working on this just now, quick modification here. But earlier I was working on what my granddaughter is going to be wearing. And that is really dropping everything. The desk is an absolute disaster right now. This is known as a kit explosion. Because if you could see this entire room, you'd be shocked. Usually stream around 6 p.m. PDT, Pacific Daylight Time. Though this weekend probably won't get around to it since Friday the 13th. Completely exhausted. Yeah, that's hard. That's rough. I get a lot of. Lately, we've been moving the warehouse, so there have been a lot of late nights working, and it has just been stressful. So I do understand that. I definitely understand that. Hey, Lich, how you doing? Just doing some repairs. She's going with me to FanExpo again this weekend, and I was working on a quick cosplay for my granddaughter. She's playing an anime character from one of her animes, and her friend's going, and that's what I got to look at right now. This piece here. So I need something that I can sketch on, because I'm going to be carving this one. If I can find it. There it is. I'm just going to tear a page out of the old sketchbook. Yeah, Crunchtime was fun. I did not leave myself enough time, again, as usual. I just didn't. I got to stop doing that. Okay, pencil. Let's just trace the thing first. Don't need a lot of great detail. This is actually a hairpin. I do not have enough hair for a hairpin like that. That is a lot. Okay, so what it is, she showed me a picture of it. It's basically a flame on here. I'm going to have to cut these pieces off in order to get this to work. I can't remember the actual flame, but it was something similar to that. I'm going to have to find my reference, which is on my phone, because I had to take a photo of it. Put that there, and then that's got to go through that. So the blade itself will go through there, or this will be on the side of it. I'm not sure yet. Wish you're going to FanExpo? Yeah, Jennifer Hale. Yep. There is a lot of people who are going to be there this year. They've got some good names. I can't remember everybody who's there. I generally don't go for the celebrities. I go for the show itself, the cosplay, the wandering around and just having a great time. That's what I go for. And this is my granddaughter's first. She's never been to one before. This is her first actual cosplay that she's done as well. She had the idea for Halloween. She did a very basic version of it, and she wanted to do this. So her uncle said, well, we've got a convention coming up, and she was all on board. So I've been helping her with that, getting her boots, the covers for her boots done. This is boots for a character out of My Hero Academia. It's Kyokajiro is the character's name, and her wrist pieces here. I've got one of her earlobes over here. Come on. This is one of her earlobes. Yes, it's just a headphone jack. And it actually plugs in to the back on both sides. So that's something that she can work. Okay, I admit there is an ulterior motive. It's cosplay. It's cosplay. Yeah, I'm helping her with her cosplay. But it's getting her into it. I'm getting her hooked at an early age. It's like dealing drugs. Am I right, Lich? You know what it's like. You get started in this and it's addictive. Cosplay is addictive. Yes, cosplay will ruin Halloween in the best possible way. Yeah, absolutely it does. And it is addictive, and yes, there is an ulterior motive. I want to get her into it so that we can go to other cons as well. There are other cons in the Vancouver area that are now becoming more frequent. There are cons in the interior, and when the time is right, because she is a Tenno, She's going to be my +1. She'll be coming to Ontario with me for that. She's already a member of the clan. She can't join our Discord because she is not of age yet. But there is that. If you want, by the way, if you're not already in the Discord, there is a link. Type !Discord and you'll get the link for that there, and you can join the Discord. I have been in a little bit infrequently posting lately because my projects have been slow, but I will be posting a lot of pictures this time from FanExpo. Really looking forward to it. It is just a few days away. I've got to finish my cosplay. I've got to get the straps done for the oh my goodness, really, that was something I needed to do. Okay, here we go. Printed off my buckles. Pull them off. These are hot off the printer. Just a couple hours. That is just your standard buckle. Whereas can't find my deburring tool, so this will work. Two straps on each side. Both of them needs the buckle. The design or the imagery from it does not, from the game, does not actually have buckles on the side, but just for ease of donning and doffing and adjustment, I need something that's going to work a lot better than what I've currently had. So I have modified the design. I'm putting in buckles. I don't care if it's true to the actual original. It's getting buckles. This will be a lot easier once I get everything. Future projects will be a lot easier. That's what's going on. Future projects will be easier once I get all of this and all of this into the other room on my height adjustable desk. It's going to be a lot easier to work. I'll have dedicated areas dedicated for each activity that I'm doing. Okay, so that one goes there. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so straps. Workshop upgrade, yes. It's actually, I'm taking... Okay, currently this room that I'm in is tiny. Let me just grab the camera again, the full-size camera. I'll give you an idea. This room is absolutely tiny. I'll kind of just turn the camera. You might be able to see a little bit more, but that's it. That is the room. This is actually a support bar for the camera setup, the gantry that the camera's on. It's actually a four-leg gantry that I'm using. So it's much more stable. In fact, I can move the table and you have no idea that the table itself is moving when you're looking at the top. I'm shaking the table. You can't tell except for things on the desk moving. So that back there, spread my arms here, so from there I can touch the wall. It's only 6 feet wide. Not even, it's slightly less than 6 feet. And it's from the wall in front of me to the door edge, or just beyond the shelf unit here. That's 6 feet. Sorry, 9 feet. That's 9 feet plus another 2.5 feet to the wall behind. So that's it. This room is tiny. The room that I'm going into will be, it is 11 by 15. It's an 11 by 15 room. And it's a lot bigger. It has an outside window. So Yeah, with the size of everything, it's been difficult. It has really been difficult to do. Let me just get this back into position here. Okay, so that there, and I'm sitting here. There, that's a bit better. No other mods on deck? Yeah, it's okay. It's the end of the stream, Shem. Don't worry. Don't worry. What I'm making today, I am making several things. I am making straps for my cosplay for Saturday. I have just finished doing the boot covers for my granddaughter, for hers, for her cosplay. I'm working on a flash to go on this hairpin for my granddaughter's friend's cosplay. I just finished the wrist piece, one of the wrist pieces for my granddaughter as well. It's been fun. It's been fun. You can hope you can upgrade to an actual craft room someday. Yeah, we've got this room. It's just been a storeroom, and a lot of the stuff that's in there is just stuff we're going to be getting rid of. So it's going to be a massive purge, and then everything that we are keeping will fit in this room. It's that simple. It's just take everything out of this room, put it in one of the other rooms over there while we move what we want into here, empty out the rest of it, and then put my craft room and stream room in that bigger room. My printers will go in there. I'll have my sewing table in there. I won't have to set up behind me in order to show anything or anything like that. It's all going to be in one place. I'll have much more space to display my props. It's going to be a whole lot better. I've been wanting a bigger space for a long time. And that was, for a long time, that was my wife's workspace. That was her job where she worked from home. So she did her job. She was working from home before COVID. Because of her handicap. So she worked in that room, and because she worked for CRA, she had to have a secure room. So that room is actually secure. It's actually not completely soundproof, but it is very sound dampened, and it is a lockable room, so it is secure. Nobody could have access to it except for her because she works for the government. So anyway, that's now not happening. She's not going to be going back to that. And that room just became a storeroom in the meantime. So it will be my workspace. Yes, you can definitely message me, but I can give you a quick show of it right now. Let me just pull down, let's see, that one's wired in hard. I can grab this camera here and I can give you a quick idea of what it is that I've done. I have taken two legs. Whoops. Okay. Pull this out here. I'll get this here. So I've taken two desktop legs. These are called loop legs. So this here, can't quite see it. This piece here is actually an upside down desk leg. I've got the same thing over on this side here. It's the same thing. It's bolted to the top of the table. And then the gantry over top. I've got another piece here that I've been working on, but right now it's just a long level that I've rigged up a mount for my camera here. So that's the second camera. The one that I'm holding is identical to this one. This camera here is identical to the one that's in my hand. But that's what I'm looking at here. This is a mess. Then there's that over there behind my laptop. And all that back there. This here on this wall. And all that. And it's just, it's so crowded. I can barely work. But if you want, I can get photos of how I did this, how I put it all together, and I can post them on the Discord. or I can just send them to you directly. But yes, you can directly, you can DM me. My DMs are always open. People who just jump in and DM me, hey, you can boost your viewership or whatever. I automatically ban those. But everybody else, my Discord, my DMs are open. DMs on Discord, even on Twitch, are still open. Or sorry, on Twitter are still open. My DMs on Blue Sky and even on Threads are open. All the same name, Magic Thighs. MJIKTHIZE. It's all the same. I have the same across the board. So this mess will be easier to work with. And yeah, I actually have my medication out. My medication, my estrogen, is just in a packet there beside my phone. Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to it, and I'll get some pictures here a little bit closer to what I can do. There are still things that I plan on setting up, like instead of my laptop just propped up here, I've got a proper laptop stand that is actually for a wall mount, so it can actually go on the wall here, and I can actually move it to where I need it. That will actually be converted to a desktop mount, because the desk that I've got for my upgrade is a height adjustable desk. So the gantry will be a part of that. My monitors will all be a part of that desk assembly, and it'll all move up and down with it together. So in the next couple of nights, I've got a few things to do. Whoa, I almost lost that. I've got to finish painting these pieces. So I printed off these loops for the back of my my cosplay that goes on my shoulder blade piece there. Just like that. Goes back on. Slowly upgrading my favorite cosplay. And this is actually for that. Mounts on the back, and that gives me some adjustability of the angle. But that's what's going on. And I am looking at the time, and I need to get everything that I need to do. Genova, are you just getting home from work? Good evening. How are you? I'm just about to raid out. So let me just grab something here. I need to see who is available, and I have to do it on the other camera here. Just pull up the big one. There. It's a little easier to see what I'm doing here. And let's see who is out there to raid to. We have who's playing Warframe? Oh, I know who we're going to. We're going to go drop in on Prinia and snooze that ad. Somebody that I believe should be a member of the creator program, Prinia Blue. And let's see, we are rating to Prinia Blue. There she is. She is working. Perfect. She is working on little figurines of, actually it looks like she's working on a mirror, I think. No, that's not a mirror. Who is that? I don't know who she's working on. She's been doing little miniatures of all the hex. Anyway, we're going to raid out to her. I will be back again on Sunday morning after the con. I will have pictures galore to share. And until then, everybody, stay safe, have a great week, and keep dancing.